So you want to completely change your life in 6 months, and here's how you're going to do it. Grab a pen and grab a paper, and let's get right into it. For those who don't know, my name is Coach AJ, Dope Life Coach, the dopest life coach out there. And I host the Dope Life podcast. And part of my podcast is self-improvement and personal development tips, and also having discussions with other professionals of how you can improve your life. So today we're going to be talking about how you can completely change your life in 6 months. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So first things you want to figure out is why the hell you want to do it. Deadass. The reason why I say that is because so many people say they want to change their life, and they'll say just I want to lose 50 pounds. But why do you want to lose 50 pounds? Ask yourself, what's the real reason? Okay, well, maybe it's because I want to, become more healthier. But why do you want to become more healthier? Well, I want to play more with my kids. But why do you want to play more with your kids? Because I'm missing out on it now. And why is that important to you? Because I miss my kids even more than I think. I'm just giving you an example how you would break it down, how I would break it down in a coaching session. That's the question. Why do you even want to do what you want to do? Why is that the forefront? Because so many times when we set these New Year's resolutions, we set these goals, we set these intentions, we forget to ask ourselves, what is the real reason of why we want to do it in the first place? What drew us to this conclusion of this is the change that we want to make? So it's very important you to hone in on why you even want to do it in the first place. What's drawing you to it in this chapter of your life? Not why I drew it to you in the past. What's drawing you into making this change in this chapter of your life? And another question you want to ask is, what are the benefits? We're not just doing it just to do it. We want to know what the benefits are for ourselves as well. What are the benefits that you gain back from it? As they say, what are you reaping from what you're sowing? You feel me? And again, it could be any part of your life, personal or professional, right? But it's good to write down why and what. Why do I want to do it? And what are my benefits that I'm gaining from this in the first place, right? So say, for example, it's your job. Let's say, I want to speak with my supervisor about possibly working on a particular project, or maybe, I don't know, a raise, what I'm saying? Let's put that out there, right? Why do you want to get this raise? What makes you think that you're entitled to this raise? What benefits come with it? Besides just saying, yeah, man, I'm going to have more money. What else comes with it? Okay, I'll be able to travel a little bit more with my family, or with my homegirls or my homeboys. I'll be able to work on other parts of my life where I can invest in myself in personal development and self-improvement. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty, not just the surface level shit. Really getting down to why and why we want to do it. What are the benefits? And kind of going a step back, you want to ask yourself, what has changed? Because perhaps this has been on your list for 6 or 7 years, and you've been coming back to it. You start, you stop. But now you're just nah, I have to do it. This is something that's inbred in. I gotta do it. What's changed this time? What has made such a significant impact in your life that you're saying, I have to do it this time? What has shifted? What has shifted mentally? What has shifted physically, spiritually? What has made me say, you know what? I need to make this change now. And I need to go all in for these next 6 months and make this vital change, this massive change. And another question that you can ask yourself is, what would I like to see change in the next 6 months? And I say do this on all aspects of your life, whether it's personal, professional, financial, health. Ask yourself these questions. What do I want to see change? So 6 months is a lot of time, a lot of days. Okay. A lot of weeks. Believe it. You may not believe it. It's half a year, right? There's 52 weeks in a year. Half of that is 26, I believe. It's 26 weeks. As much as you think, it comes quick. So it's very, very important for you to take a step back and say, what do I really want to see change in these next 6 months? What aspects? And write down financial, health, personal, professional, on a piece of paper and in different columns. Write down what you want to see change in these next 6 months. And I want to make this so clear that you don't need to start in January. You don't need to start in February. You don't need to start in March. You could start whenever the hell you want. You can start on literally February the 14th or the 31st or the 2nd. It doesn't make a difference. Just dedicate the 6 months. I started in September of last year. And what really made the shift was when my mother sat me down and I had a trip coming up. My mother said yo, are you going to buy any new clothes for your trip? And I just looked at it. I was like, yo, you know what, Ma? I'm not, because I have a lot of great clothes I can wear on this trip. I'm just going to lose weight. And in the end, I lost 25 pounds in about 3 months. I just dedicated. And I'm just talking about weight wasn't even the real thing. It was just I just didn't want to buy new clothes. Cost effective. Yo, we're about to hit a recession. I wasn't playing. So I was like, yo, I'll just do that. I'll dedicate this next few months. But then little did I know, I just kept going. Now all of a sudden, I'm back on my grind. I was kind of falling off of my journey. I got back on that. I'm working out. I'm eating great. I'm reading more books, which I was doing anyways. But it was just now it's just a ripple effect. And now I said, all right, let's see how I am in 6 months. Now I'm just forget all of that. We're just going to keep going. So I say dedicate the 6 months as a starter and then just keep going. And in between that 6 months, I also want you to give yourself grace. There's going to be moments when you fall off, but it's also going to my next step is create a strategy. Create a strategy that works for you. Not works for me, not works for that person over there and that person over there. Create a strategy that works for you. And you and I could do that. I have one-on-one coaching. I do also offer 20 free minute coaching calls. So if you want to sit down and say, hey, coach, I just want to sit down and talk to you for 23 minutes. And after that, if you want to work one-on-one on your strategy, we could do that even more. But yeah, going back, create a strategy that works for you. Don't create a strategy that works for this person, that person, this person, that person. Especially if you're on social media and you're seeing like, oh, this person's doing this person's doing. Yo, create one that works specifically for where you are. And in between, in those 6 months, reevaluate, reflect. Where are you right now? Is it working? Has something shift? Do you need to maybe, pivot a little bit on this strategy? Yo, do it. Do it as long as it's honoring why you're doing it and what your benefits are. That's why I say this is important to figure out and what you're going to get out of it. Then now you know how to pivot. You know how to move around it. You know what moves you need to make to still honor your commitments that you've made to yourself. Now, a few ways how you can make this strategy, like build it, an action plan and build a strategy, is using time blocking. I've said this so many times, but I'm going to say it until I can't say it anymore. Time blocking is free and easy way to keep track of everything. I have everything in my calendar from the moment that I get up and work out and read and journal and everything to the moment that I have to do the tasks for my business, to the moment I have to do coaching. So everything is in my calendar. Time blocking is an easy, cheap, and crucial step in your self-improvement. I would suggest is each week, at the end of the week, go back, look, reflect, see if you have to adjust, because of course every week something could be added to your week. Do what you got to do, but at the end of the day, time blocking is a free and simplistic way for you to keep track of where you are, where you're going, and also keep track of your non-negotiables and the habits you want to obtain and continue to maintain as well. Another one, and you could do it, you cannot do it, depending on if you have healthy relationships in your life, because I know some of us, sometimes we don't have it, is get an accountability partner. Heck, you can even message me and say, yo, coach, I need you to be my accountability partner. I have a few people where I have it literally in my calendar, email such and such, from Threads or from Instagram, like just saying, yo, it's been a month, where you at? Yo, it's been 2 weeks, you told me to hit you back. How are you? How's your progress going? And literally just even having that. In fact, if you find someone, because I know how sometimes we get comfortable more on social media with people than we are with the loved ones in our life. So if you find someone that, like you've connected to in a way and they're on the same type of path, yo, just say, hey, yo, could you just be my accountability person for the next little bit? Like, just, you don't need to know what I'm doing. Just ask me, like, how's it going? That's it. And then they'll say, I just got checking in. You asked me to do such and such. So how's it going? And you could say, well, damn, okay, I got to get back at work. Or, yeah, you know what? I've been working at it. It's going really well. Thank you. How's your stuff going? Blah, blah, blah. It's just about the energy and reciprocating it back and forth and helping each other out. So accountability partner could definitely help you a lot. All right, this next one is kind of similar to, habits and figuring out what we want, is setting 3 non-negotiables. Setting 3. I say start with 3. Over time that it will accumulate and you will create a list like I have, but just start with 3. What are your 3 non-negotiables that you have to do to stick with where you're trying to go? So for example, I'll give you mine. Automatically, I pray every morning before I even get out of bed. Automatically, I gotta talk to God. I always thank my ancestors as well before I get out of bed. And I also thank the universe as well, to grant me peace and blah, blah, and so on and so forth. I have my own way of doing it. And journaling is an automatic. And the last one, it'll be working out. So that's just how I created my list. Figure out a way to create your own non-negotiables. No matter what, those have to be done. That's not even a question. It's not up for debate. Even on the days I don't feel good, hey, yo, we're doing it. On the days I don't want to, hey, yo, we're doing it. No matter what. It's that consistency. Of keep going. Even the days you don't feel like it. That's why non-negotiables, like, there's no other choice. You got to do it. So I say create a list of 3 non-negotiables that you have to stick with, that also align with why you're doing what you're doing and dedicating the next 6 months to whatever it is you're dedicating your next 6 months to. Now with that, also, you want to figure out a way that if you fall off track, how do you get back on track? Because it's going to happen. Like I said, it's 6 months. Life will be lifing. People be peopling. People be peopling. Things are going to happen no matter what you do, right? So you got to figure out a way, like, what's the best way that within yourself that if this happens, I can get myself back on track. And that's, again, reflecting, having conversations with yourself, being honest with yourself in those moments to figure out, what do I need to get back on track when life is just like knocking me on my ass. And the last 2 is keep your strategy close to you and reflect often. So keep your strategy close to you. I mean, like, if it's on your phone, if it's in your notepad, if it's in your email, so that you could look over it and remind yourself, this is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. One way that I keep my strategy close to me is I created a monthly vision board that is a phone wallpaper. So I used Canva, which is free, and I basically took from my vision board, like, these are the things I want to focus on this month. I create a monthly vision board. It's on my phone no matter what. My phone, poop, it pops up. So I'm always reminded of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Like, my why is right there always. My whys are always there, and the habits I want to keep up, and the goals that I want to set. Like, for example, I try to hit 10K steps a day. It's on my wallpaper. So that's a reminder. Like, I try to make sure I drink 2 liters of water. It's there just to give you an idea of the things that you can put. I don't want to go too further because that stuff is personal, but just kind of give you an idea of how you could dedicate 6 months. That is the list right there. It's so simplistic and it's so basic. The thing is, you just have to be consistent with it, and you do have to have that discipline. And I want to be very honest. I'm going to leave you with this. We don't have a problem with this, with consistency. We have a little bit of an odd relationship with discipline, but we don't have a problem with consistency because we are able to stay consistent in many aspects of our life. For example, if you love a coffee every morning, you have no problem consistently getting that coffee every morning. If you like a certain show that you watch, you have consistently know how to make sure that you're watching that show. Here's the thing. Sometimes we think consistency is a problem, but sometimes we are consistently doing bullshit and we're not realizing that consistency is not the problem. The problem is us and our relationship with discipline. And that's why I say it's very important to figure out what your why is and what the benefits you're going to gain from it. Because sometimes we're doing things based off of what other people are telling us to do, but to be fair, we don't even want to do it. It doesn't align with our values. It doesn't align where we are. It doesn't align with where we're going. So it's very important to do that one-on-one work with yourself and sit back and say, like, why the heck do I even want this? Because once you get down to that nitty-gritty work and you break it down, you realize your issue is not consistency. Your issue is just discipline in your relationship with it, and the strategy that you're using is just not working for you. That's why I go back. I said, create a strategy that works for you. Not that works for everybody else, but that works specifically for you. All right, y'all. So that's all I got for you today. I hope that you're able to take some tips out of it and, again, make it work for you in the next 6 months. And I say, like, let's come back in 6 months and see where we're at and see how we are doing. How about that? Right, put it in the comments below if you want me to create an episode 6 months from now, just to check in and tap in and see where we are. I would love to know that. And as always, y'all, I will see you next week. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a review, leave whatever you want to do to show some love. I appreciate you guys. Again, I'll see you next week. Walk with peace and walk with love.